What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ review, and I have what is supposed to be the leaked slate for the Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 4. Now, this is an online leak, so take it with a grain of salt. It very well could turn out that when they announce the actual Phase 4 lineup later in the year, this could look really different. I'm just the messenger, so, take it for what it's worth. This is what I was able to find online that was supposed to be the leaked version of Phase 4. So let's dive right into it. The first one is Black Widow. Now, I think that this is one that everybody kind of expected. We already know they're in pre-production on it. David Harbour has been cast in it. Scarlett Johansson has been cast in it. What we don't know is what it's going to look like. Is it going to be a prequel? Is it going to be a sequel to Endgame? We really don't know. But that being said, Black Widow is supposed to be the first one on the slate, and I think that's one that everybody could have kind of figured out anyways. The second one that's supposed to be coming is the Eternals. The Eternals is a franchise, it's an IP I really don't know a lot about. I know it's a Marvel comic, but I've never read any Eternal books, so I really can't sit here and pretend that I know a lot about the Eternals. I know that Keanu Reeves has been in talks to have a role in this. I know that Angelina Jolie has been in talks to have a role in the Eternals. But as far as how it will fit into the MCU, I'm not sure. I'm fairly certain that it's a cosmic book. So it's going to be like along the lines of like a Thor Ragnarok, Guardians of the Galaxy. It's going to fit into that part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But any other information on the Eternals, I just don't have it. But that's rumored to be the second one. The third one, Black Panther 2. This is another one that we all knew was coming. Black Panther was such a huge hit, especially domestically. Made over $700 million domestically. We knew we were going to get a sequel. Right now, there are actually rumors that Michael B. Jordan could return and play Killmonger. I kind of hope he doesn't. I thought that was a great end to the character. But the character was so popular that I wouldn't bet against him coming back. I feel like he probably will. But Black Panther 2 is supposed to be the next one, and I think this will fit nicely into the lineup. This gets us, Black Widow obviously is an established character. Eternals is a new set of characters, and then we get back to an established one with Black Panther, one that we all know, one that we will definitely shell out our money to go see. The next one after Black Panther is another new one, ShangChi. Now, so this is a martial arts based Asian character. Again, I don't know a lot about ShangChi. I've mostly been a DC guy in my life as far as the comics that I read. The Marvel comics that I do have were more your mainstream Avengers, SpiderMan, the X-Men, Wolverine, Fantastic Four, those kind of more mainstream A-listers. You start getting into the B-listers, and I really don't have a lot of experience in that realm in the Marvel side of comics. But having an Asian character, martial arts expert, I think he's got like some mystical powers, martial arts derived powers. Having somebody come into that end of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that'd be nice. So far the mystical side belongs to Doctor Strange. So it'd be nice to explore that side a little bit more. ShangChi is supposed to be the fourth one. The fifth one, getting back to a more established character, Doctor Strange 2 is supposed to be the next one. This is another one that we know is coming. Doctor Strange has become such a popular character in the MCU. His movie did well. I wasn't a big fan of it, but his movie did very well. But he's become a fan favorite because of his role in Infinity War. He also showed up in Thor Ragnarok. He also had a minor role in Endgame. Because of all these roles that he's played in other movies outside of his own, Doctor Strange has become a major player in the MCU, a huge fan favorite. So we knew this was coming. The guy that plays Wong, I believe his name is Benedict Wong. The guy that plays Wong says that they might even start shooting that movie later this year. So we know Doctor Strange 2 is coming, and he doesn't have the time stone anymore. He's not just going to be able to put Dormammu in a time loop. So we'll see what plays out there. But this one wasn't a surprise. I kind of knew this one was coming. After Doctor Strange 2, we get into another new one. And that's supposed to be Nova. This one is really interesting to me because we know that Xandar was destroyed off screen at the beginning of Infinity War. We know Nova was destroyed. Thor said Thanos laid waste to Xandar. Xandar is the planet that the Nova Corps was on. The Nova Corps was kind of like the police force of Xandar. We saw the Nova Corps in action a little bit in the first Guardians of the Galaxy. So, in Nova, you've got a young adult, late teenager who gets the powers of the Nova Corps, and he continues fighting the good fight under the name Nova, you know, as an homage to the Nova Corps. This one is interesting to me. This is another one that takes place in the cosmic section of the MCU. This is another young character. We've already got one young character in Peter Parker, Spider-Man. This would be another young character to add to that. I could see Nova playing a role in the Guardians of the Galaxy coming as we move forward. I think that that makes sense that they would their paths would cross. But also in some comics, I know that Nova and Spider-Man have had a relationship, so that would be something cool to explore as well. Either way, Nova is coming. Nova's another character I don't have a whole lot of experience with. But either way, according to the rumors, Nova is coming after Doctor Strange 2. And then the last movie of Phase 4 is supposed to be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Hopefully, they go with As Guardians of the Galaxy. This is another one that's an established franchise. So if you look at it, Black Widow, established. Eternals, new. Black Panther, established. ShangChi, new. Doctor Strange, established. Nova, new. Guardians of the Galaxy, established. Again, we knew Guardians of the Galaxy was coming. We already know that James Gunn is going to film Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 when he's done with Suicide Squad for DC. Will Thor play a role in that? Probably. I think they set that up. I think that everybody would be disappointed at this point if Thor didn't have a lead role in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. The interplay between Thor and Star-Lord is going to be great. And I feel like the plot of this one is clearly going to be the search for Gamora. At the end of Infinity War, we saw that Star-Lord was looking for her. So I think that's probably going to be the plot. I could be wrong. But I probably am, to be honest with you. I probably am wrong. But I think that's kind of what they were hinting at, was that they're going to be looking for Gamora. And that is supposed to be the last movie of Phase 4. So, there are some notable absences. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That puts 7 movies in Phase 4. I think that's about on par with what most of the phases have been, around 6, 7 movies. I think Phase 3 was a little bit longer than that. That sounds about right. But like I said, there's some notable absences. First of all, no Avengers movie. No Avengers movie in this leak. Could they plug a fifth Avengers movie after Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Yeah, they could, but that wasn't part of the leak. In the leak, there was no mention of an Avengers movie. I can't believe that there's not going to be another Avengers movie. I'm sure there's going to be. Avengers 4 flirted with Avatar's record. So there will be a fifth Avengers movie. I'm just shocked that it wasn't included in Phase 4. So there's no Avengers movie. Also absent is there's no Spider-Man movie. That's kind of shocking as well, given how popular Spider-Man has become, given the fact that in Far From Home, we've already seen in the trailers, they're setting him up to be the heir apparent to Iron Man. And we know that Spider-Man Far From Home is the last movie in Phase 3. It's kind of the epilogue of the Infinity Saga. You know, Kevin Feige has said as much. So far, it looks like in Phase 4 they're not planning on another Spider-Man movie. Like I said, that's shocking to me. Especially given the rumors that they're setting Norman Osborn up to be the big bad in the Marvel... one of the big bads in the Marvel Universe moving forward. Meaning that he would probably cross over in multiple movies. And maybe they introduce him at the end of Far From Home and he does show up in some of these other movies. I don't know, you know. But given the rumors that they're introducing Norman Osborn at the very end of Far From Home, makes me give some doubt to this lineup. Because there's got to be another Spider-Man movie in there. But then again, maybe there isn't. We'll just have to wait and see. There was also no Captain Marvel movie. I gotta believe, as good as Captain Marvel performed, that they're definitely planning on a sequel. I gotta believe that. Maybe they're holding it out for Phase 5. Maybe they're holding SpiderMan and other Avengers. Maybe they're holding all of that out for Phase 5. But I'm shocked that they're not planning it. That they wouldn't be planning a Captain Marvel movie for Phase 4. Again, we'll have to wait and see. And an AntMan movie is also missing. That one's not quite as shocking. We know that Paul Rudd has said publicly that he doesn't know what MCU's plans for Ant-Man moving forward are. And I kind of feel like his story wrapped up at the end of Endgame. You know, he was introduced, he served his purpose, he was part of the core group that saved the world, and now he gets to go back and live his life with, what's her name? Evangeline Lilly's character. What is her name? It's Camera. It's the camera. It makes me forget things. You know who I'm talking about. The Wasp. He can't just, leads me to believe that he might just be going back and just living his life with her, getting caught up with his daughter, his family after a 5-year absence, and just getting back into routine. I think eventually we'll have another Ant-Man movie, but it wouldn't shock me if we didn't have one in Phase 4, to be honest with you. And there's also some question marks as well. What are they going to do with the Hulk moving forward? He's still very much alive, very much well, very much involved in that Avengers world. Is he going to pop up in one of these movies? I could see him popping up in Black Panther. I could see him popping up in Doctor Strange too. Either one of those I could see him popping up in. But what are they going to do with the Hulk moving forward? Can they do anything with the Hulk moving forward? I'm sure they can, but I don't know where he would fit into any of those movies. The Fox universe, the Disney now owns the X-Men, Deadpool, Fantastic Four. I did not think for a second that in Phase 4 we would get an X-Men movie, or a Wolverine movie, or a Fantastic Four movie, or a Deadpool movie. But they're going to introduce those characters eventually. Are we going to see some of them pop up in this phase? I don't know. I could honestly, I could see the beginnings of the Fantastic Four in this phase. Maybe Reed Richards pops up. Maybe Reed Richards is, if Norman Osborn does pop up, maybe Reed Richards works with Norman Osborn in some capacity. I don't know, but I kind of find it hard to believe that there's not going to at least be some cameos of the Fox characters popping up in Phase 4. They're not going to have any standalone movies, but I can't believe... I'm guessing that we're going to get at least some cameos. This kind of sets up the Fox characters. But again, I don't know. I'd love to see Doctor Doom become a major player in the MCU. He's been sorely missed because he's such a strong presence in the comics. And War Machine. At the end of Endgame, War Machine is also still very much involved in the Avenger world. What's he gonna be doing? So there's a lot of question marks out there as far as what wasn't included in these leaks. I think these leaks are very... I don't know that the source is credible, but just looking at the lineup, I look at that lineup and I say, yeah, that's a credible lineup. I could buy that. I could buy that lineup being Phase 4. Some of these we know Black Widow is in production. We know the Eternals is in production. We know that Black Panther 2 has been greenlit. We know that ShangChi is in production. We know that Doctor Strange 2 has been greenlit. We know Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is in production. The only one of these that we haven't heard anything official from the MCU or from a credible source like Variety is Nova. We haven't heard anything on that one. All of the rest of these we've heard from credible sources that they're in some stage of production. So I think this is a very credible lineup. But where's an Avenger movie? Where's another Spider-Man movie? Where's another Captain Marvel movie? I find it hard to believe they're not going to be in this lineup somehow. Maybe they won't be. 7 movies, that's probably going to be the next 3 or 4 years of the MCU. So maybe those Phase 4 is going to be a 3.5 year cycle. And then Phase 5, we're going to get another Spider-Man, another Captain Marvel, another Avengers. Maybe they're holding some of those off for Phase 5. Maybe in Phase 5 we'll also get a sprinkling of some of the Fox stuff. There's been rumors that Sony wants Deadpool to appear in Spider-Man 3. Nothing credible, just internet rumors. But I could buy that. Because so far, the Spider-Man movies have all had an MCU guest. Then it came out that maybe they don't want Deadpool. Maybe it's actually Venom that they want to introduce. Tom Hardy's Venom. Maybe it's him they want to introduce in Spider-Man 3. I could buy that as well. So, yeah, there's a lot of question marks, but the rumors out there are certainly intriguing. Certainly intriguing. And like I said, the actual leak itself, I don't know if the source is credible, but the movies are. And I buy it. And I think that chances are the reveal that we're going to get later on this year, the Phase 4 reveal, I think is going to look very similar to this, if not exactly the same thing. What do you guys think? Do you think that this leak is legit? Do you think that these are actually going to be the 7 movies in Phase 4? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you think their plans are going to be for Phase 5. I think Phase 5 we're going to see the introduction of some Fox characters. Let me know. I'd love to hear your ideas. I'd love to hear your theories. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get 100 subscribers, and I'm really close, and you can help me get there. Hit that like button. The like button helps me get views, which helps me get subscribers. And then finally, thank you for being here at the LQ Review, where we talk about all of the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. And until next time, we'll see you later.